Let's not meet. A man wanted to eat my tattoo. I'm a 29-year-old woman. I lived in a big city all my life, but at the beginning of April I moved to a medium-sized town about 1 hour away from that big city, along with my sister and our 4 pets. This happened after a month of living here. My sister was preparing her final presentation for her arts undergraduate which was going to be shown in the city, so she had to spend the whole day there to make her preparations. I was left home alone with our cats and dogs, so in the early evening I decided to go for a long walk with my 2 dogs. We walked for like an hour, but about 5 away from our home as we were headed back I saw a man knocking on a door about a block away. I thought he looked a bit weird because he would knock on the door, look around, then knock on the door, and then look around again. But he didn't look dangerous so I just kept walking since I had to pass by him to take the street that would take me to my home. When I was about 10 meters away he looked my way and started walking towards me. He was tall and slender, and was carrying what looked like a box of candy. He asked me if I had any coins to spare. I told him sorry mate, I only have my dog's poopy bags, have a good one. And I was ready to keep walking when he saw one of my tattoos and stopped me. For some context, I have tattoos. I'm not heavily tattooed but I have several in my arms and legs, and since I was wearing shorts the ones on my legs were visible. The specific one he was Luviet is of a ghost woman in a traditional Japanese style. As he stopped me he said that's a really cool tattoo, would you give it to me? I just laughed uncomfortably, thinking he was joking, but he was dead serious, just staring and blinking at my tattoo. He then continued talking, no, so you're just gonna let the maggots eat it. Such a shame, it would be better if a person ate it. At this point he raised his face and looked me straight in the eyes, with a very flat smile that seemed to be an attempt to be friendly, but only made me feel even more uncomfortable. He then asked me for my name, and not wanting to antagonize him I gave him a fake one, let's say it was Regina. He then asked me if I lived in town, to which I also lied and said that I was from the big city and just visiting. He then told me he used to live in that city too, he lived on the streets downtown. He told me he used to rap in buses to get money, and just out of the blue started rapping about me, still looking me straight in the eye. He rapped about how I was very pretty, how amazing my tattoos are, and in his rap he said my name was Lorena. I corrected him and said my name was Regina and not Lorena. Since I had a suspicion he realized I had given him a fake name and was testing me. He just smiled and nodded. He then asked me if I'll give him my number. I said that me and my dogs had to go home, that we were expected. He pointed at a butcher shop a block away and told me that we could sit over there while I gave him my number, that it wouldn't take long, but I told him that I couldn't, that the one waiting for me at home was my boyfriend, but I was lying again, since I was home alone. His smile faded a bit, and he just said well that sucks. I wished him a good evening and turned around to leave, only for him to drop to his knees and grab my leg with both of his hands. He started caressing my tattoo while whispering it really is a goddamn cool tattoo. My dogs are pretty friendly and they were very calm during this whole exchange, but when he grabbed my leg they started growling. I pulled my leg out of his hand, wished him a good evening again and just walked away as fast as I could. I took a longer way home to make sure he didn't follow me, and once home I took a shower and scrubbed my leg real well, since I felt gross after all that. Luckily for me I haven't seen him again, but for a while after that I made sure to cover my tattoos every time I went outside, just in case.